Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Reverse 1999. Let's not waste any more time, let's continue on with 37's little side story and find out what exactly happened to her and Sophia. Mornings on the beach were meant for quiet strolls and relaxation. Sophia's plan to arrive early and clear her mind seemed wise, but things rarely went as expected around here.
Sophia!
She is late. So, what you got, 37? I've been here since Apollo rose to meet the dawn. Okay, that's okay. That shows she's basically been there since sunrise. The crowd surrounding 37 seemed even larger than yesterday as she hopped and waved at Sophia. Oh, she's got a pep in her step this early in the morning. At the center of the crowd was another familiar figure. Did she get 6 into this fight? No.
Meaning?
Okay, we got 210. Good. The corrector's here too. What perfect timing.
Attention, please!
Yeah, I don't really need to say anything else. He said the line for me in a far more concise manner. 210 was holding up a magazine. Ooh, okay. My submission isn't any more childish than this game she's playing. Of course. Some chuckled. It was a common occurrence for the islanders familiar with their banter. 210 confidently presented the magazine to Sophia in 37. Okay. The magazine pages were a mess. Amid frivolous news and various announcements, a crumpled mathematical proof huddled in a corner. Fortunately, the author was still identifiable. Let me guess.
This is...
Treatise on the Linguistic Structure of Truth. 210, is that your name? The towering theorist just spread his hands out in an over-proud twist without confirming.
In fact,
Certainly it was no easy feat given our island's isolation to get this published. But where there is a will, there is always a way. Submitting these mathematical essays to outside publications is just the beginning of my many accomplishments to come. I think he's overblowing the difficulty of reaching out. Indeed. And is this really a mathematical treatise? Seems like a lot of words. Sophia flipped through the magazine quickly. It was nothing more than a common railway journal. 210's essay was listed in the excerpts and anecdotes column. To publish a paper on truth in a magazine like this, the editor's comment is, although the content is obscure, the wording is elegant and worth citing. That's impressive nonetheless. The compliment was genuine, and the already haughty theorist's confidence grew even more. 37, though, crossed her arms in a breathless huff. Of course she would.
No! That's
I've read
not
that
right.
article. It's pure sophistry. Your premise is flawed and the central thesis is overcomplicated. Okay, go on. The beauty of mathematical truth lies in its simplicity. These nonsensical embellishments only lead to misinterpretation. Okay, you actually make a good point there, 37. It's cumbersome, frivolous, and most importantly, it lacks good process. Okay?
I think...
This is all just clever rhetoric lacking in any substance. Ooh, that's, okay, 210, what you gotta say about this? Wasted space and meaningless platitudes. Yep, okay,
meaning?
okay. Is that so? More meaningless than all this child's play. Or perhaps this game is simple enough for you. Are these piddling lessons in basic reasoning and arithmetic the truth you're looking for?
To have fun, 37.
Well, that makes sense for a child. Carry on with your fun and games, then. The children on the beach had eagerly gathered around 210, forming a lively crowd. At an age when curiosity reigns, they were always interested in this kinds of biting debate. The arguments, conflicts, grandeur, and aspirations converged on a single number.
210.
Oh my god, she said his full government name. Oh no!
Your number.
Clearly contains 2, 3, 5, and 7. Okay. Once you've just lumped them together without using them effectively. Okay. So now you're accusing me of being insincere. That I'm making frivolous gestures only to flaunt my intelligence.
Well, that's outstanding.
How very logical. Oh my god. This guy! I'd love to kick him just so that I can see his reaction. But all this debate allows me to speak the truth that the others are concealing from you. These are games for children, 37.
Meaning?
There are no revelations to be gleaned from your stubbornly pursuing some childish arithmetic.
In fact?
Oh, but we all trust the brilliance of our Star of Hermes and also willingly serve as a companion star under your guidance. But surely our brilliant star should consider others' duties and responsibilities, no? Sophia stepped in, breaking the tension at just the right moment.
Actually,
Don't be so serious, dude. 110. We're just passing the time before breakfast with some games, and 37 isn't forcing anyone else to join in. But I agree, perhaps these games are too simple. In your opinion, what changes would it need? Obviously, the questions should be harder, more fitting our caliber, and there should be scores and rankings and some sort of elimination and revival mechanism. You are literally turning this into an MMO. What the fuck, 210? All the participants should be grouped on the beach, competing in groups of 3, and special areas and specific time slots should be scheduled. This is not... Oh my fucking god, man.
No.
Absolutely. I agree, 37. Oh my god. 37 forcefully interrupted 210's excited rulemaking.
Object!
This game and its questions were left behind by Hugh for a reason. It's simple because it was designed for children. I don't want to compete with anyone. I just want to understand the hidden meanings within the sequence of answers Hugh left. Of course, if it were more complex, then the participants might enjoy the thrill of its intellectual pursuit.
I think...
But the beauty of the game lies in its simplicity, just like the numbers themselves. Okay, pretty good. Stripped of all embellishments, 1 is 1.
The essence won't
People,
change.
stones, trees, and physical things decay, deteriorate, and change, but 1 always remains. This is a simple game, yet it holds the most wonderful wisdom.
You haven't truly
There is no
understood
need
it.
to make the simple so complicated. All these facades may grab attention, but it strays from the game's true essence.
Meaning?
So you yourself admit it's dull and monotonous. I simply articulated the same meaning with words to make them more convincing without distorting the truth. Some of his followers in the crowd nodded as they listened. I mean, both are actually, surprisingly good arguments against each other. They were captivated by his rebuttal. Such analysis, discussions, and endless numbers was an everyday occurrence in this school of thought. 37's response was to draw several squares on the beach. I learned about this from Sophia. Hopscotch is a popular children's game elsewhere. So this is where they got the kids on the beach playing hopscotch from. The rules are simple. 1 hops from one end to the other. It was easy enough to learn, and I've never forgotten it.
Meaning?
So our star has learned hopscotch. I hope you weren't expecting surprise. That sounded so sarcastically joyful for me. I don't know why. No, I mean, it's easy to play because of its simplicity, okay? For this reason, it's spread from where Sophia was before, and now the children are in play it too. The group of children who played on the beach yesterday began to laugh. That's right!
That's great!
37's game is fun too. 37 acknowledged her young supporters and carried on. If we complicate the game that Hugh designed with new rules and competition, won't we lose its true essence? That is actually correct. It was splendid debate, and some followers had already started betting seashells on which side would win. On the island, such debates might continue from early morning until the time of silence, so basically a 12-hour period. If that were to happen, 37's game would be unable to continue, and more important research would tragically remain on hold. The corrector felt the need to intervene.
I think...
Both sides brought strong points, I believe.
Of course.
You're right. Yes, of course, 37 is right. About what exactly? As you said, it's a children's game. Its essence cannot and will not change. I'm curious, though, about what insights you can glean from such simplicity.
Or?
Everyone can see the answers at a glance, yet you believe there's some profound meaning in this combination of answers. 210 spread his hands in a mocking gesture and shrugged. It's just time wasted, nothing compared to the pivotal proof uncovered by our great star of Hermes.
Have fun, 37.
Go on, figure out how much this children's game is worth caring about. I'm eager to see the outcome.
Of course.
The game participants have chosen a shape. I'll take this triangle.
Well, that's
then.
outstanding.
I was curious why you didn't choose it, as 3 is perfect and harmonious and really ought to be to your liking.
But you,
But the star
our
really suits
star
you.
of Hermes,
You finally
are the
admit
gold
you're the star of
hidden
Hermes.
in the sand on the never-ending beach.
Well, sorry to speak over you, man, but you're an ass, so I feel fine in doing that.
No. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, okay. Slow down there, girl. We've only just begun
Just
here.
fragments.
You always correlate things that are completely different in nature. 37 clearly has more examples for refuting. She takes a deep breath, straightening her back like a seagull perched on nearby rocks, seemingly ready to throw hands. Yes, you are ready to throw hands there, girl. Alright, now it's not the time for debate. The corrector timely intervenes to prevent the argumentative atmosphere from deteriorating. That's actually pretty damn good.
Fine.
Yeah, we can't forget what's important. I remember, this is a
Well,
children's
that's
game.
outstanding.
Let's start then. We'll see who's more correct in due course. So, let's see what pieces
For
we get here.
instance,
A merchant needs to transport a wolf, a sheep, and a cabbage across the river, but can only take one at a time. When he's not around, the wolf will eat the sheep will eat the vegetables. How many trips does he need to make it across? That's, I believe, 4 or 2. It's one of those two. This is a classic children's puzzle. Like, holy shit, they included it in here, and yet you're gonna make a bunch of logic nerds sort it out. Okay,
Of
sure.
course.
But this guy, good God, let's see what he says. It's simple, as expected. He quickly takes over
Well,
the
that's
conversation.
outstanding.
How about I help you assign those steps? I plan to experience the game for myself. You can take a little
Or-
rest. Or it seems you don't need the ladder. There's no sign of fatigue from 37. She holds her notebook high, trying to get it level with 210's line of sight. She is a small girl.
it's like this.
I think it's clear enough. Remember, don't miss a single word. Okay. Wait for the participants to communicate. So let's see what Ethan has to
Attention,
say.
please.
The triangle represents loading the wolf onto the boat.
Or,
Okay. The monad is loading the sheep
in
onto the boat.
fact,
And then the line segment is putting the cabbage on the boat. He quickly and briefly rattles off several corresponding
Sophia.
steps. And now it's time for 37 and
Like
Sophia.
I said.
And don't forget
that's
me.
true.
The hexagon. Good. That means unloading
Of
all the
course.
cargo. And then 37, Star of Hermes, rowing the boat to the right bank. And then Sophia rowing the boat to the left bank. So this is just representing movement.
To
So
have
sure.
fun, 37.
Check if anything wrong is, or if there's anything wrong, or if I missed anything. She takes the notebook and reading it for word, and after careful scrutiny, everything seemed to be in place.
Thanks a lot.
Not to delay any further, let's start sorting this out. All right, cool. So let's start deducting, and let's just see the available shapes. So yeah, let's see if I can do this. So we need to do this, and he can only carry one at a time. So oh boy. So we put the wolf on the boat, but good God, I don't remember exactly how to answer this, and he can only carry one at a time. So, oh boy. How exactly do I do this? Oh my God. I did say this like a classic children's puzzle, so good God. I don't remember the answer to this one. So I'm going to cut it here because it might take me a while to solve this puzzle, and I'll just come back when I'm nearing a solution, or at least getting close to it. So we'll just cut to that point. Okay, boys and girls, it took me a while. I'm not quite sure how long it will take in post-editing to get rid of all that freaking dead air, but I had to lock in for that one. Basically, the easiest way to start it was to move the sheep away from the pile first, put it basically on the other side of the bank, and then alternate between the creature that will eat the other one, so that you can very safely transport all of the items to the other side of the river. So basically, you would always need to leave the wolf and the cabbage behind, because the wolf will not eat the cabbage. So you just need to move those to the other side of the bank so that you won't lose this logic puzzle. It took me a while. I had to lock in for that one so that I can figure it out more easily. So yeah, the puzzle has been solved, and
Thanks
we
a
can move
lot.
on. And by the way, it took me 5 trips. So there is that. Looks a bit quicker and more interesting to proceed in groups of 3, as I suggested. That's actually a lot better.
In fact,
What's interesting without a bit of competition? Jesus Christ, man.
this is what
You should
people
consider what I
call
said.
genius.
Object.
Well, I considered first. The bait never ceases with a temporary pause. It's like a shark lurking underwater, slowly moving. Now it has found a good opportunity, showing its dorsal fin while the corrector gazes at the water. The sight in front of them seemed much like it always did. The salty breeze and the grains of sand carried by it. 2 figures strolled hand in hand. No one cared about the children sneaking away from the congregation. They just had to be careful to avoid getting caught. Wow, this place is so beautiful and wide. It's much bigger than my yard back home. Have you ever played hopscotch? Sophia pointed towards several lines drawn in the sand with shells. Together, the lines formed clumsy squares. Jump from here to there, but don't step on the lines or squash the shells. I used to play this game before I came to the island. It's different from hide and seek. You can play it alone too. It sounds fun. But I can't understand the meaning of the lines. They don't form a pattern I can recognize. Maybe I need more time to understand their meaning. 37 playfully kicked up some sand, twirling around. Why do we only jump on the squares? Adding a 9-point circle to this game would be nice. 4 inscribed circles, 12 tangential circles. It'd be amazing if you could only jump from the points. You don't need to make it more complicated. Now you sound like 210. Well, then again, this was in the past, so I guess she hadn't learned yet. She shared her thoughts, trying to convey what she saw in her mind's eye. Her tone grew earnest and persistent, trying to illustrate the things she imagined. Yet it was like endlessly picking up shiny pebbles on the beach. Yeah, it's never gonna stop. Just like today. 210 always tries to make simple things complicated. You just want us to finish the game's problems.
The scripture says...
Well, of course the scriptures say, one who does not divide the problem into 3 parts cannot achieve through wisdom. But that's no reason to propose 3-player matches. The present scene intertwines seamlessly with past memories, unaffected by time. The girl's rare smile piqued her companion's curiosity and she came over.
Huh?
Sophia, what's on your mind? What made you so happy?
I
was thinking, since the emanation, we've hardly ever gathered together like this. 6 became 6, you've taken over your mother's research, and 210 is always so busy with its proofs and fraternizing. Oh, that felt like a backhanded slap right there. Oh, even discussions like the one we just had happen so rarely now. Yet after all this time, you remain so resolute. It's like you never changed. Huh. Maybe you haven't noticed, but I have changed. Yeah, her hair is a lot longer, she's slightly taller. What else? Raising her hand high, 37 gestured from the ground to her head. Oh my god, she is saying she got taller. Good on you, girl. Good. Oh my. Head pats for 37. Just a lot of head pats for 37. You won't understand what it means, but know that I'm complimenting you. It takes much longer for you to comb it. Oh, indeed. Not these surface level changes, 37.
Fine.
Oh, then I'm not quite sure what you mean then.
Sophia!
Never mind that. I need your help, Sophia. We're down to the last 2 questions, just a stone's throw from the answer. I was hoping we could finish it together.
It's like this.
Everything went as I said. It didn't take much time.
A perfect
Just one more shape to go, and we need one more person willing to play. 37 turns to the crowd, waving her arms in open invitation. A little girl who had been watching for a long time is nudged forward by her friend.
Or like this.
I can do it. I wanted to choose for a long time. This last heptagon, I'd like to pick it. 7 is a unique, respected number. The believers nod in agreement. The number is quite familiar to them.
Sure.
As a prime number, it is indeed special in some ways, but that's not important now. Well, we'll know the answer soon enough. All 7 participants are ready. 37 tilts her head, unconcerned about the discussions around her. She doesn't take back the notebook from Sophia, though.
Sophia!
We have to complete the game together. So this question is for you, Sophia. I'm leading everyone for the last question.
Here you go.
Well, I can't think of any problem with that. 210 didn't make any mistakes just now. If he could do it, so can you. Okay.
Well,
I'll be careful to not mess it up. So let's see what 37 has to say. Arrange everyone's seats in order. Where will the triangle sit?
I understand.
The rectangle. Wait, did I just say triangle? I meant to say rectangle. That would require confirming my order. Firstly, the rectangle is on the left half of the line, but not the leftmost. Oh, great. It's not one of these arranging things. Let's see what the other shapes are. I'm not adjacent to the line segment. Okay. Then I'm as far from the monad as the triangle is from the pentagram. Jesus Christ, that is going to be a headache to figure out. Triangle is not in the seat adjacent to me, so it's a quiet seat. So, there are no shape. Whatever her shape is, there is no triangle nearby. So I have to keep that in mind.
It's really good.
This guy's shape is adjacent to the heptagon, so that's good to know.
Of course.
Then 210. So the pentagram is as far from the star of Hermes as possible. Okay.
That's great.
Then her seat, whatever her shape is right in the middle. So that is actually a really good hint, so that we'll know where to start. Thank you, Sophia. I need you.
That's great.
Only the final sorting remains, and it's pretty easy
It's
too.
all right.
Well, we'll see about that. The collector hands the notebook back to 37, observing the squares in the sand.
I think...
Maybe it's like this. Let me try. Alright, let's see the available shapes, and oh boy, this is going to be a bitch and a half to solve. Alright, let's start the deduction. Alright, The heptagon is in the very center of this lineup. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares. Heptagon is the easiest. It's going to be in the center because it says so. So, the hexagon is sitting adjacent to the heptagon, so it's either on the left or on the right side of it. So that's good. Then the rectangle is actually just a square. It's not on the left half, but not the leftmost. So it's in one of these two spaces. And then the pentagram tries to be as far away from me as possible. I don't know who the me is. Oh God. I think it's, yeah, there we go. Not adjacent to the triangle. All right, cool. So it has to be far. So it's either basically wherever we put the triangle, the pentagram must not be, the star basically should not be next to it. The triangle to pentagram equals my distance to the monad. And then I'm not adjacent to the line segment. Oh dear God. So this might take a while. But basically the heptagon's placement is solved. It's said that it's in the center, so we just have to solve 46 other shapes. So again, this might take me a while, so I'll be right back once I've solved this thing. Okay, we're back, and I just guessed, basically. So the solution was the triangle is on the leftmost side, followed by the line segment, and then the square, and then the heptagon, and then the pentagon, and then the star, and the monad is on the rightmost side of the entire sequence. I don't know why it's that way, but I just guessed, and based on the logic of each of the statements, I thought that was the correct way to do it. Turns out it was the right answer. So let's see the conclusion of this entire puzzle solving thing. Closing her notebook, 37 felt every detail course through her body. The result was clear from the beginning. Everyone could see the number laid bare on the paper. 633 343 4533. A composite number divisible by 41. Its largest prime factor was that number. It's quite huge actually. I think it's 15 million? No. 154,474,013. Okay, cool. If you saw it as a sequence, it was a simple combination of 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3 appeared 6 times, 4 appeared twice, while 5 and 6 appeared once each. Whether you look at it as a number or a sequence, it still feels like something is missing. Hugh's annotated shapes must hold the key. I just haven't figured out what those little points mean yet. 37 pointed to an ink blotch on the notebook directly under the hexagon.
Or
it's just an accidental smear.
It's like this.
But look, there's the same mark below this question later on too.
in fact,
Sometimes, for convenience, they put a dot over repeating decimals in infinite series. That dot's above, but this one's below. Perhaps Sophia's father thought 6 had its limitations? Maybe? Question
No,
mark?
that's
That
not
makes
right.
no sense. That can't possibly be the answer. Having a sense of humor every now and then wouldn't hurt. Jesus Christ. He shrugged, pretending indifference to 37's rebuttal.
I
admit I overcomplicated Hugh's marks at first, but there are so many possible attributes that they easily steered my thinking in the wrong direction. Remember what you said to me earlier. Don't complicate simple things.
Or-
Maybe there's no deep meaning in these symbols. Maybe we've just made it more complex than it needs to be. No, absolutely
it
not.
doesn't make sense.
You didn't leave these marks at random. There's something to it. Look, only the questions whose answer is the number 3 have this kind of pattern. It's a small puzzle related to the number of triangles. Okay.
I think
My father did love geometric shapes, and I think 37 might be onto something. Feeling supported, 37 confidently continued. I thought if I experienced the game firsthand, I'd understand the meaning behind these marks and sequences. But I still don't get it. There's something
me think.
missing here, and it's because I don't understand Hugh well enough. If I were Sophia,
oh,
and that's it. The conclusion is there's no secret to this game after all. No, you have to think like you're Sophia. In that case, it looks like I've won. But
210.
don't be so hasty, 210.
The scripture
The scripture says the learned remain silent. They listen attentively and take others' words seriously. So perhaps you will show yourself to be a proper learned scholar and let me finish without interruption? Oh my... She just went full sass right there. You go, girl. The teachings also exhort us to listen to the sound of the wind.
meaning,
They demand that we earnestly listen to everything to expand our thinking. Have you considered that I too am part of this everything. Think about your argument. Simple games can hold the most beautiful wisdom.
In fact.
Yet now you realize that this wisdom eludes you because you don't understand Hugh well enough. Can't you see, 37? I don't even need to knock your castle down. It's already a puddle of quicksand. 210 sarcastically shook his head, implying the conclusion was self-evident. Unyielding, 37 crossed her arms. Oh dear God, she's being
You
defensive
haven't
again.
truly understood it.
Indeed, 37, indeed. Calm down, let me explain.
Hmm?
The beauty of wisdom should apply to everyone, yet you want to uncover truths through personal relationships.
Or.
Maybe this sequence indeed holds meaning, but perhaps it's just a personal note Hugh gave to his daughter. After all, it's not a collection of axioms, it's just a personal notebook. These numbers might only hold meaning for Hugh and Sophia, but what use do you have for them? The scripture also says, do not easily extend your right hand to others. In other words, one should attend to their own affairs. Yet the star of Hermes eagerly takes away others' proofs and treats them as her playthings.
Meaning?
Aren't the materials left behind by your mother enough to pass the time? 210's mockery was evident in his words. Unfortunately, yes, but he does present really good arguments here, so let's see how 37 rebuts. But his opponent remains steadfast.
No.
No, the teachings mean that we shouldn't easily impart wisdom and knowledge to those who don't appreciate it. You've twisted its meaning. Once you enter the temple, you cannot turn back. In the pursuit of truth, insufficient knowledge is worse than total ignorance. Since I've begun exploring this, how can I stop halfway? That's actually a good way to think about it, 37.
Essentially.
And the meaning of numbers isn't determined by anyone. They exist unrelated to time, space, or who we are. They're not someone's property.
Right?
Indeed. If none of us know the sequence, how can we assert its nature? The conversation veered again towards an endless back and forth. Oh dear. The corrector felt torn, caught between the two. Mediating disputes was her strength, but it seemed that despite their emotions to be a very well-reasoned debate. Maybe she should leave them to exhaust the truth. It aligned more with their scholarly approach. As she pondered this, 37 suddenly turned to her. In that case, let Sophia be the judge. Uncover the secrets in the notebook and see who's right. I agree. Let the corrector determine the truth. So this is how it's gonna be. I mean, it is by your father, so... She sighed, regretting her momentary hesitation. It would be too difficult to refuse the expectant gazes of her friends. Fine, I'll make the judgment. First, let me go over the game properly. This island holds so many quirks. And 37 possesses the greatest of them all. She was born with her own set of numbers, always clear about where she's headed. When she speaks of those never-ending numbers on the beach, those beautiful proofs, it feels like coming face to face with eternity. At the same time, I deeply understand my own simplicity and ordinariness.
There's
That's a
nothing
word.
wrong with letting the stars shine where they should, and those who look up will continue to look up.
Tidying the lab, managing her hair, listing supplies, receiving guests. There's no need for these little things to occupy 37's attention. Her time should be spent on more significant research. But beyond all that, 37 is like a bright star, newly born. She disregards conventions, is curious about many new things, and has a playful, carefree spirit, just like any other childhood friend. She has her own pursuits, and I have a task to complete. Verify the answers she gives. She touched her father's notebook, closing her eyes. She remembered many vivid fragments. Sifting sands on the beach, the sting of her fingers as she polished his lenses, the fragrance of cinnamon and chickpeas lingering in the air. A ship cleaves through the water's surface, approaching the shore, before disintegrating amid fading cheers. Then everything moved forward, beyond the surging waves, back to humble streets. Memories from beyond the island that belonged exclusively to Sophia, reaching back to her blurry childhood impressions. She was different from that lone star, suspended in the sky. She was born to the tangible and belong... Oh, wow, that was a sentence. She was born to the tangible and belonged to this dim world of phenomena. She rummaged through her jar of memories in search of some trinket worthy of trading for a coin. Indeed, she was a diligent, serious girl. And so, after examining every small stone in the jar, she finally found a satiating answer. I understand now. 633-343-4533. This isn't just a string of numbers, a sequence, a proverb, or some new truth we've yet to comprehend.
This is...
It's a musical score. A musical score? What's that? Oh, right. They may be math nerds, but they're not music nerds. The word wasn't within 37's scope of thought. She widened her eyes in surprise, showing her curiosity plainly, as you do, 37. People often use this method to notate melodies. This musical score is the beginning of a song. It's quite a popular tune in my hometown, one which my father loved to hum. He must have poured his heart into these questions. The sea breeze whips over past rocks and geometric shapes, scattering a handful of fine sand. The grains gather into tiny mounds at the edges of her shoes. After helping 37 with the validation, the crowd disperse into groups to go about their own business. Only a few figures remain on the beach.
Is
I can
everything,
still remember how the song goes.
all of it just about this number? Will it explain everything?
We'll find out soon enough. So we literally have to just arrange it in this exact sequence. But I don't think it gives us the numbers that we need. Oh dear God. Oh boy. This is going to be an interesting puzzle to solve. And we're only given these notes in particular. So it starts with 3, and we have to follow it with 3. So, ooh. Oh, we can repeat it. Okay. Yes, that's the candy hidden in the jar amongst the stones. The calls of the seagulls, the sound of the waves crashing up and down, and the sound of my own breathing become calm and distant. Except for that one song. If she could just recall the initial notes, the subsequent phrases would naturally follow. At first stumbling and hoarse, soon the song became fluent, resonating across the quiet beach. I knew numbers could be music, but why didn't I think of it earlier? I was so close. A musical score, but I've never heard of this notation method. 37 didn't stay low for long. She quickly perked up, genuinely praising her companion's revelation.
Brilliant!
It took them 2 days to solve this thing. 2 whole days! That's a lovely song, and you sing it well, Sophia.
Well, that's outstanding.
I suppose everyone got what they wanted. Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. What a way to deflate the mood. You've solved the puzzle. Sophia uncovered the song her father left behind, and I technically won.
Object!
Why? My initial theory was correct. The string of numbers did have a deeper meaning after all.
In fact,
But you glossed over the musical score. As I foresaw, this has nothing to do with you from the start. It was Sophia's. It's just a distant hometown ballad that a father left behind for his daughter, with no profound meaning, no wonderful wisdom, no transcendent truth. But you just had to whimsically stir things up again to satisfy your curiosity. To be honest, that's what make 37 37. So leave it at that, man. Everything tilts around you, regardless of whether it gets disturbed, shattered, or at times accomplished.
this is what people
That's
call
the genius
people.
people talk about. Yeah, exactly.
But you, our star of Hermes, are the gold hidden in the sand on the never-ending beach.
You took the words right out of my mouth, man. Everyone's willing to play along, after all. Flocking to a genius is much more interesting than following an ordinary person. This guy just speaks in backhanded slaps 24/7. Jesus fucking Christ. But I played the game and verified it. And I told Sophia there must be a secret in the notebook. This was a rare moment that she was at a loss for words. Bewildered, she looked at Sophia with a furrowed brow, hoping to hear a judgment strong enough to defeat 210. Unfortunately, Sophia is probably lost in nostalgia at the moment. Oh, never mind then. 210 has unfortunately won. And yeah, he was right that this entire thing had nothing to do with you, 37. It was basically a message her father left for Sophia. I said that sentence wrong.
Oh.
Alright. She sounds so deflated. Her shoulders slumped as all the inspiration that had driven her thus far vanished in a breath. This time, 37 didn't perk up. Poor baby. She hung her head and kicked some sand before burying her head in her robe like a seabird.
Actually,
It's true. This notebook doesn't contain the wondrous wisdom of the scriptures. The string of numbers could only be solved by me because others didn't know Hugh. 210 was the first to predict the result. That's definitely
I
undeniable.
think...
But I still believe that 37 achieved her goal too. Sophia's words spared 37 from sinking deeper into the shallow hole she'd already made in the sand with her feet. Oh my... She was trying to bury herself, hide herself from the shame. Oh my... Poor girl, poor baby. She froze, waiting to hear what Sophia was going to say next.
Actually,
No matter what you think, it was 37 who first uncovered these numbers, bringing this memory back to me. If it wasn't for her determination, I wouldn't have had the chance to hear this song again. I still remember what 37 told me about the proof of existence of infinite prime numbers. Uh-huh. Sophia smiled at her as 37 nodded, both enthusiastic and confused. My father, Hugh, was a corrector like me. He was the previous person responsible for handling matters off the island. But over time, his name faded into obscurity, leaving behind only a sharp-edged cube, a dusty notebook, and a pair of broken glasses. Like the Formula 37 once etched on the beach, his memory has long been washed away by the waves. Although Hugh's spirit has returned to its source, we can still hear the melody he left behind. Perhaps the one who first sang the song has been swept away by time, faded into nothingness. But his notes still echo into eternity, just as we recall the proof Euclid penned over 2,000 years ago. Like 37 said, the power of proof lies in its simplicity and universality. This tune holds a certain universality too.
actually,
It's not a mathematical theory in the truest sense, and it doesn't speak to its essence. It's only a gleaming shard left by Hugh like grains of sand reflecting faint light on the shore. Yet, this universality allows it to persist through time, crossing vast spaces and arriving at this moment and place. Let's take a moment to listen to this song, to simply listen. The disputes and differences dissolved into the soft breath of the breeze. I used to think of other people's opinions didn't matter to 37. Even in the most heated arguments, she never paid them much attention. With ordinary eyes, it's difficult to perceive changes in the vastness beyond us. But now I understand how to notice them. The faint scrape of fingers brushing over geometry, the different grains of sand I scoop up when I bend over. Changes are slow and gradual, but they're there. Apollo's star had risen high, and the star of Hermes' game had ended. It was time to head back to that room filled with scattered papers. 37. What's on your mind? 37's steps were unusually slow. She wondered if the verdict had hit her harder than she predicted. Sad baby is sad. The ever-scrupulous corrector had begun to regret her decision. Perhaps it would have been better for 6 to maintain the balance. 37 stared somberly, her words flatter than usual. I hope I didn't waste your time. Do you think it was all just a pointless game? The doubts spilled out of her, eagerly awaiting an answer. Of course not. That song means a lot to me. It's a precious memory. Are you upset? You didn't seem so down when we listened to the song earlier. Well, that's because it had such a lovely cadence, and you sang it so well. Her praise came sincerely and quickly, no doubt about it. But what surprised me was when you mentioned that proof about infinite primes. I remember it, but I have no idea when I told you about it. You probably already forgot that she told her about it. Huh, of course I remember. It was a beautiful proof. I'll always remember it. But that didn't comfort her much. Distractedly, 37 grabbed her hair. So have I messed up your memories of you? Barging in, disrupting your memories, and leaving a mess behind? Sophia widened her eyes slightly. 37, are you still bothered by what 210 said? She averted her eyes. Well, that was rare. Sophia, what's so funny? Sorry, I just never thought I'd see you care about something he said. But you're right. You really have changed a lot after all.
Sure.
Of course, didn't I tell you that? It's not just my height. I've even changed where I sit at the table. Baby steps, baby steps. You'll get to what she means eventually. As the distance between me and the table changes, so does the best angle for catching the sun. She thinks about things that ordinary humans just dare not think about. More head pats, more head pats, more head pats. I'm not talking about height or seats. I'm talking about you, the person. She shook her head with a soft smile. It was a gentle, rare, loving gesture. See, this is why people ship you too. But do you know why I've never forgotten that proof about infinite primes?
Actually,
Because it made me ponder such distant things for the first time. Before, I didn't care about what eternity meant. It felt like nothing, some faraway notion.
I think...
Now I stand here fully aware that the island under our feet will one day disappear, washed away like sand by the tide. But I also believe some things will endure, like grains of gold buried in the silt. The island was vast enough to house an entire school of thought, yet it was also so small, a speck in the waves, a drop in the bucket, basically. And we, living amidst it, could only remember fleeting moments. Yes, because the world we see is transient. 37 nodded seriously. This topic was far more familiar to her than her discussing dinner plans. You shared it with me because of the eternity and beauty that the infinite holds, and its universality and its universally through nature. There we go. From then on, I've seen the gold in the sands. And in turn, I share Hugh's song with you. If it brought you joy, then that means it has meaning for you too. Again, this is why people ship you two.
perhaps...
Maybe it's not the transcendent essence you were seeking, but those who hear the song will feel it, remember it, maybe even hum it one day. That is universal beauty too.
Oh!
So that's it. I get it now. Good on you, girl. Good on you. Claps for 37. The confusion vanished from 37's face, and she returned all at once to her usual cheerful self. At least Sophia knows how to get her friend out of a rut. This song isn't just for Hugh and Sophia anymore because you shared it with us, right? So it's universal and belongs to everyone who hears it. Just like the proof I shared with you. Why are you laughing again?
Never mind.
It's nothing. I'm just thinking about how you're always turning everything into a proof to understand it. When it's as simple as enjoying music with friends. Huh. Interesting. I suppose I still can't quite grasp this kind of simplicity. Oh my god, this baby. 37 thought hard about this, puzzling it over like a new problem. Do not start! But thankfully, she soon had a new idea. Just 37 being 37. Sharing is really a solid argument. I bet 210 would struggle to argue against that. I knew my viewpoint was right. I'm going to tell him right away. Please. We just got through this. 37 hurried off and caught up with 210, who was leafing through another magazine.
Meaning?
What now? Sophia's declared I won and nothing can change that.
Object!
You are just a spectator, making random guesses while I uncovered a valuable song. Okay. Believe what you want. I've said enough today. I'd like a bit of peace and quiet now. He deliberately slowed down, trailing behind Sophia in 37. 37 took it as 210 conceding, and her steps became light as air. Well, except for some trivial details, everything went smoothly today.
A perfect number.
It's the number 9, the Trinity of Peace, Friendship, and Harmony. Absolutely perfect. Ah, that's right. 37 turned to Sophia with a sudden recollection, a joyful smile spreading across her face.
Sophia!
Come on, Sophia. Give me your hand.
Here you go.
This for you. The feathers, shells, and pebbles formed a lovely decorative chain. There was always a lone pebble next to it. Is this for me?
Sure.
Of course. And this one, I found it on the beach just now. The pattern forms a fantastic number. You can add it to the chain or, give it a toss to the waves. What?
Thank you.
Thank you, 37.
That's great.
I came to the beach this morning to give to you. But I found myself sidetracked and completely forgot. Typical of you. Typical of you.
It's all right.
That's all right.
They are beautiful.
I really appreciate your gift. That's great. Shall we hang out again tomorrow? I'll catch up with my research in no time. Oh, and the day after tomorrow could work too. We could make this a regular island activity. Now was the time, relaxed and pleasant enough for her to ask what she had left unsaid.
Is everything, all of it, just about this number? Will it explain everything?
Sure.
37 answered without missing a beat. So 37 is just one number in the infinite progression? If it's not, what else could it be? 210, 37, 6. Even if we're gone, these numbers won't disappear.
For instance...
Just like you don't need 3 seagulls, 3 stones, or 3 people to prove the number 3 exists. Numbers exist outside of all of that.
Thank you.
Thank you, 37. I think I understand your answer. I've got some other things to take care of. Let's hang out later if there's time. Deal!
Oh!
Wait, I see 6 coming back. Oh, dear God. 37 waved at the dot on the horizon as a seagull swooped above them. She sprang up, greeting the leader. Good morning, 6. 210, I had a disagreement over something. When did you ever not? But the sequence, it's connected to a song.
Afraid I don't know much about songs.
You just had to say it, 6. You just had to dampen the mood. But it's only logical, isn't it? Is there any doctrine from our past that fits the situation? Thinking things through can help purify one's intellect.
We need.
Perhaps a period of quiet contemplation would be helpful. You are stepping back against 6. I can feel it in your bones.
Fine.
That doesn't suit me well, I'm afraid. Fine, I'll come up with a more convincing argument on my own. It was clear that 37 wasn't satisfied with 6's suggestion. The debate would keep going in the coming days. It never ends. Oh my god. Look at 6's expression here. He's just so flabbergasted that... Does this child ever get tired? Watch your step or you'll trip. And honestly, this screenshot right here is just a really good encapsulation of the entire island. It's amazing. And you guys can tell that these are all the main characters in this place.
It's like this.
Don't worry, as long as I stick to the right order of steps, I won't fall. Don't forget, we've got to hurry over or we'll miss the mealtime. That seagull looks as starved as her. We could calculate the seagull's speed by counting steps. Where did we stop counting? You can spend all day counting seagulls on the beach tomorrow.
Well, that's outstanding.
That could be the topic for my next essay. Planning to cover up a weak argument with a bunch of superfluous dribble again? Alright, you two, let's pick up the pace. There are other ways to figure out its speed.
284 steps.
Thank you.
Thank you, 6. And the time it took for us to get here is... And that concludes our little romp through 37's character story, basically, for chapter 5. It was a really good story, a lot of reading, especially if you are a big fan of visual novels. It brings back so many memories for me, especially when I was, a teenager. I used to read a lot of visual novels back in the day, and let's just say this is damn good writing. It's insane at how good it was. And even during the debates, normally I would get bored of those things, but the way it was written, it just gets you in. Not drag, no, I think that's too strong of a word. It just sucks you in. There we go. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Just sucks you in, puts you in the moment, and then just puts you in awe at everything that is happening between characters. And granted, even the story itself is aware that the 37 and 210 were getting pretty heated, but the arguments were logical. They were within their element. They knew what they were doing, even if emotions were high. And Sophia and even us as the reader can see that. And that's amazing writing right there. And this entire game, I will never stop singing praises in this game. This is one of the best written games I have had to play, like, ever. And it's going to sit at the top 5 for me now. This is just a character story, by the way. This isn't even the main plot. If they can do this good with character stories, good God, if you guys have been watching my videos on this, you will probably know how good the storytelling is in this game. And, well, we're gonna find out more. And now to answer probably the biggest question here, will we go through 6's side of things? Probably not. If 37's route is like this, where it's more reading than getting actual voices, then I probably will not do 6's side of things, unless of course it's voice, in which case, that's what the replay button is for. So yeah, we're gonna end it here for our little romp with 37's story. And if you guys like what you saw and you want to see more, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. And until next time, toodles.